And good evening, everyone. I'm Julie Kelley. Thank you for joining us. A former nonprofit leader accused of stealing money from the organization is still on the run tonight. Winchester police think Niles Comer could be in the New York City area. His car was spotted in Manhattan yesterday. Comer is the former executive director of Clean. It's a local nonprofit that helps troubled kids. The Winchester Police Department has a warrant for his arrest.
Mr. Comer never returned.
Comer is facing a grand larceny charge. If you can help police track him down, call Crime Solvers at 540-665-TIPS. And we have new information about another local nonprofit being investigated for financial mismanagement. The Shenandoah Area Agency on Aging will not be getting a donation from the Winchester Rotary Club. Originally, the Rotary Club had picked SAAA to get the proceeds from its 8th annual charity golf tournament. Right now, auditors are combing the books at SAAA. They're trying to figure out where hundreds of thousands of dollars in checks went to.
We still believe he'll be chosen next year.
Luke says all the money from this year's event will benefit the Coats for Kids program and the local SPCA. Also new tonight, it is no secret getting into college and paying for it is getting tougher. More than 200 Frederick County parents and students turned out to a college seminar tonight. Students got tips on how to pick the right school. Parents found out how to develop strategies to pay for their child's education. We caught up with one parent who says in this economic environment, this information becomes even more valuable.
Well, certainly the options for finance, find what's available for us.
Tom Van Meter, the father you just heard from, says he has had the seminar marked in his calendar for weeks. This is the first time Frederick County schools have held a seminar like this. It's been a brutal day on Wall Street where fears of a global recession sent the Dow falling 391 points. 19 stocks fell for every one that rose. And we're heading into Friday, TGIF, and all those football games. Meteorologist Drew Tuma, it feels a little sticky out there.
It definitely feels like summer on this last official day in its minutes. Julie?
Sure does feel pretty warm out there. Thank you, Drew. Hundreds of high school students are on a mission to help wounded soldiers. It all started after one student, a senior, saw something that opened her eyes to what our soldiers and their families are going through. TV3's Sarah Robarge found out how this year's homecoming has become about giving a soldier a better homecoming.
In your community.
They have a lot to be proud of, and get this, so far the classes have raised more than $6,000 to help soldiers and their families. Great job.
Order it dry, but you want no milk at all. You throw it back in my face, tell me I made it wrong. When I got a line of drinks a couple miles long.
A video making fun of Starbucks customers and their drink orders has gone viral on the internet, but the coffee giant is not laughing. 25-year-old Christopher Christwell, a self-taught guitar player, says he wrote a song about Starbucks in about 45 minutes.
But it was posted for my coworkers, laugh out of it.
A week and a half ago, the Starbucks bosses took notice of that song and they didn't like what they heard. Chriswell is now looking for another job after getting fired. Like most of us, you've probably had a friend or two posting complaints about Facebook's latest changes. As ABC's Diana Alvear reports, it has critics raising concerns about privacy more than ever.
Los Angeles.
Yeah. It is incredible. I've had a lot of friends who were very frustrated, including one who said, I'm getting off this. She was so frustrated.
Oh, really?
But she didn't.
Oh, okay.
Which is probably a sign of the strength of Facebook.
It's kind of neat. It's your own little time capsule there. You can go way back in time. I mean, I think many people have only been on Facebook for 5 or 6 years, but even so, going back just that short amount of time, it's kind of neat to see what you did back then and just keep a little time capsule of yourself.
It'd be cute to see a little, like, baby Drew.
And settled weather pattern.
It's such a tease when the sky, like, you wake up in the morning, the sky's blue, and then it all changes.
Just all comes right back in with the clouds and the rain. So tomorrow looks to be the wettest in the extended forecast. So after tomorrow, the chances are just very isolated and scattered.
All right, and you know, we were talking about Facebook, all those changes. Drew says he likes that Facebook time capsule. So we got into the time capsule.
Oh, gosh.
And there he is as we go to break.
That's my sister.
Enjoy that adorable picture with his sister. Here's a look at the top 3 stories trending tonight at tv3winchester.com. An update on that crash on 522, what they're working on now. Also, that accident cleared on Interstate 81. That was a story we were following for you at 6 and 7. You can read about that online as well. And a missing Loudoun County teenager. Find out what's happening in your community right at tv3winchester.com. And if you have ever had someone you love in the hospital, you know it can be exhausting and expensive going back and forth from home. One local man knows it all too well. Right before his wife was seriously injured in a crash, the Winchester community opened the Hearst Hospitality House. He was the first person to stay there. 4 years later, he tells TV3's Katrina Bush what it meant to him and the thousands of other people who have benefited from this kind of hospitality.
It's just like stepping into your...
Katrina Bush.
Boy, talk about incredible. The Winchester Medical Center Foundation is hosting its Benefit Golf Classic tomorrow, and the money raised will go to things like the Hearst House. It's just another example. I always find I'm saying this community takes care of each other so well.
Yeah, really, what a great idea.
Isn't that amazing? I know when my dad was sick at the hospital, we could have used that in Burlington, Vermont. They didn't have anything like that.
Totally free also.
I know,
which is
cool. Such a relief. Exactly.
Yeah.
Really neat to see. You have had an interesting night.
We have.
There are demands coming from that side of the desk.
I need to know the Friday night football forecast.
It is Thursday at 11:30, and he needs to know it. There's going to be rain tomorrow, lighter, steadier during the day. The good news, it's coming out in the evening time. We're going to dry, we're going to clear out a little bit, so I think the fields are going to be muddy, but I think you're going to be just fine.
Okay.
Okay? 77 or 75 is a high.
Sounds good.
Good?
So you're happy with that?
I'll take it. As long as it's not actively raining.
Not actively raining.
That's right.
Thank you so much for joining us. Good night.